Well, we're going to do something a little different on today's episode, today's recording. Before we met today, I asked our three panelists to write down a few myths about teen dating and teen dating violence. And so we're going to go through some of these just real rapid fire. I have not randomly, but I haven't told you what I've chosen. I've chosen some out of here. So I'm just going to toss a myth out there, and then just one of you just shoot it out of the sky, just one quick little response, and then I'll go to the next one. We'll do, 5 or 10 of these. We'll see how we get along through this. So the first myth that I want busted is victims bring on abuse themselves.
No.
Busted.
Never a victim or a survivor's fault for anything.
All right.
No.
All right. How about it's normal for a partner to want to access all your passwords, locations, and phone records at all times?
No, it's not normal. And it's not something that we want to normalize either, but that's just another red flag behavior that we kind of talked about earlier. But it encourages some of that like codependency and takes away your autonomy and your independence as a person. And that's something that we want to have. And so it's not normal for them to track that at all times.
All right. All right. If someone stays in an abusive relationship, it must not be that bad.
No.
And what we know about like adult domestic violence is that it takes 7 to 8 times for a woman to leave a violent relationship and not return. They leave 7 to 8 times and return every single time. And how difficult that must be for a teenager who doesn't have the same resources or brain development or critical thinking as an adult.
And they can get the resources and the counseling, maybe the education to become empowered to be more like, I can do this.
Yeah.
I got this.
Yeah.
I can get out of this.
Okay. This one's one of my favorite ones. If you stay with a person, you can help him or her stop being abusive.
Dun, 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 dun.
No.
All of us, 1, 2, 3,
Yeah.
No, and I think it goes back to what we talked about earlier of like, you've got to do things on your own before you can come back together.
Yeah.
And there needs to be healing in that journey. And not that this person who is maybe the perpetrator of teen dating violence, they can change too. There's hope for them as well. There's healing for them too.
Absolutely.
And that doesn't mean that relationships are going to look the same for this person forever, especially for young people. Their brains are developing. They're exposed to so much. So much is happening for them. Life is really tough as a teen. There is hope and there is healing in that. But we've got to do work on our own before we can come back together.
All
I
right.
feel like we need a shirt, hope and healing. Like we need that.
Yeah,
There
it's a
is.
great message. Yeah.
Yeah, the director of marketing communications gave
Oh,
one of those
yeah.
for
I
you
guess
guys.
I need to make a note of this. Yeah. All right. And last one, a partner's just playing when he or she hits or calls someone names, so it's not serious.
No, it's
No,
very serious.
it's very
No.
serious, yeah.
Again, that's another red flag. You
Yeah.
know, you can be in relationship. How long are you going to be in that relationship? How long are you going to keep that violence going? And
That
some
is a
people are
great
scared
question.
and nervous to get out because maybe they will hurt my family or maybe they'll hurt someone else. You know, because we do have teens who are pregnant and parenting. And so they may stay in the relationship because of the child or who knows what the reason is, but it's definitely a no.
Yeah.
And we got to figure out how to get out of that relationship, that unhealthy relationship.
And to tell a trusted adult after the first time that it happens, because oftentimes it can feel really easy to excuse or to write off, or they were having a really bad day, or things are rough for them at home. But telling a trusted adult after the first time something like this happens prevents it from continuing.
Yeah.
That's
First
what I was going
time.
to say.
Yeah.
Yeah. If it continues, or even minor things, what someone might think is minor can build and build and build and build. And it can become very serious.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah, there's no acceptable number of violent acts. First time, you just get that thing taken care of.
I kind of wanted to go back to the healing part and
Okay.
talk a little bit about neuroplasticity, that
Okay, yeah.
our brain is like always changing. And these pathways that are in our brain, right, if we it's just like going to the gym. If we're going to the gym and working out, our muscles get stronger. If we have leg day for, 20 days in a row, our legs are going to be stronger and our arms might be a little bit weaker. And our brain pathways are the same. So if we're going to the same pathway every single time, we're making that stronger. So in their environment, they're exposed to this, and then they get into their own relationship like this. That is the strongest neural pathway. Then we got to do something different, and then we've got to build that up. But that takes a lot of practice and a lot of help from support. So even teens who are the ones engaging in the violent behavior, like they can change too. And so I just kind of wanted to add that nugget about neuroplasticity in there.
It's a great point that you make about practice, because we may choose that better behavior or that good solution one time and it feels good, and then we're confronted again and we fail. We don't choose that again, and it can be discouraging. We're like, well, I thought that this was all going to be better, but obviously it isn't. But it does take practice. I mean, it could take many times.
Yeah, and it can feel so defeating for the young person, and even us as adults, it can feel really defeating.
Yeah.
But when you conquer it, you feel so amazing. You really do. And then you look back and you're like, thank you for my support team.
Yeah, that's right.
Thank you for my village,
Coming back
right?
around to the support team. That's
There
right.
you go.
Yeah. This has been great. I'm going to go watch the Amaze videos.
Yeah.
And we're going to use fries. I'm just telling you right
you
now.
go.
It's out there.
Yeah. Good information.
There are some other resources. So here in Tulsa, there's another organization called Amplify Youth Health Collective. And online, they have resources for parents, like tips for talking to your young person about X, Y, and Z. That's a good resource for parents as well.
Okay. And while we're on this topic, how can people connect with your programs?
Yeah. So at Youth Services, you can go online to yst.com, or if you're a young person, you could go to YST, or YST.com is for young people. When you go onto that page, you can say, I am 18 or younger, 18 or older, and it will direct you exactly where you want to go, depending on what kind of services you're looking for. And if you're a parent looking for more information, you can go to yst.org.
All right. All right. And how about cats?
For cats, you can walk in at our building at 8th and Peoria, or you can call our call center and get an appointment scheduled, and we're happy to visit with you all and talk.
How about the Apache office?
Yep, we have a therapist out at the Apache location as well.
All right. Sounds good. All right. Such great information today and compelling solutions. Thank you, all three of you, for being here today. It's just been really great.
We also have a therapist out at East, but I didn't mention that. So Lapidus, East, and Apache, all three locations.
All right. Sounds good. Well, thanks, everyone.
Thank you.
Thank you.